They told me bust down this AP Apple Watch. Perfect time, man. Yeah, that boy too has made it to the Pro Bowl. Say no more. Welcome back to Say No More Media. If you in here, I do have a live stream for the safeties in the film today, but the breaking news that just came out is Shedeur Sanders has made the Pro Bowl, joining a list of very few, especially as a fifth rounder, rookie quarterbacks to make the Pro Bowl since 2012. You got Russell Wilson, Andrew Luck, RG3, Jameis Winston, Dak Prescott, Mac Jones, CJ Stroud, Drake May, and of course, two legendary. Come on now. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Bruh. Seeing what this young man went through in his rookie season, from being a part of that draft live, seeing him drop inside the draft, to now he's a Pro Bowl selection. And we already know what Shedeur Sanders brings eyes, bro. What Shedeur Sanders brings eyes. So huge news for the Colorado Buffaloes. Huge news for Shedeur. Appreciate you guys being in here. You know we got something lined up today for the safeties. But breaking news right now, had to throw my Apple Watch in there. And ain't no AP, but it's still perfect timing. Man, I couldn't even be happier for bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Hold on real quick. Knew I was missing something. That rock. This is what it's all about, baby. This is what it's all about right here. Shout out to two, baby. Shout out to two. Yes, sir. If you in the chat, let me hear you in the chat. All right. Now that we got the Shedeur out of the way, we are going to get back to today's scheduled program, right? We are going over each and every defensive back that has joined the Colorado football program in the transfer portal. Steel T-Dub, let's go. Congratulations, Shedeur. Absolutely. Big shout out to Shedeur, baby. Big shout out to Shedeur. I really appreciate that. What up, T-Dub? What up, Steel? What's the word? I'm juiced, bruh. This changes a lot, especially for him. Hopefully they can get him out of here, especially with Deshaun Watson returning. They're paying him a lot of bread. So get two out of there. Free two. I ain't even calling them 12. Free two, bro. But back to the schedule program. We got Emry Floyd coming over from Appalachian State, committed to us on January 11th, 2026. Former SEC signee out of South Carolina. Started all 12 games at quarterback for Appalachian State. 55 tackles, one TFL, one interception, 5 PBUs. Like that. All Sun Belt honorable mention. I would have liked to see all Sun Belt first team or second team, especially when you're coming over from an FCS level. Definitely want to see if you can make a first team or second team, but I'll take honorable mention. Proven FBS starter with Power 5 athleticism. Athleticism is definitely not going to be something we have to worry about with Emry Floyd. Absolutely not. What's up, bro? What it do? Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all being here. If you can hit the thumbs up. We're going to go over Shedeur, everything tonight at 6:30. I feel like that'll be a good time to do some live reactions tonight, talk about Shedeur tonight. But you know we got to go over the secondary. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Appreciate that. Absolutely. You know we work hard on this channel, bro. I'm going to do my absolute best to bring you guys, as well as myself. Y'all make me smarter, too. I'm going to do my best to cover Colorado football the best way I can. We got Nate Mitchell coming over from New Mexico State. Film is crazy. Film is elite. Downhill, run-stopping free safety right now is one of my favorites to lock in for that starting cornerback position. Not going to lie. He is one of my so make sure lined in there. He is one of the free safeties I have definitely starting. If you're just getting in here, appreciate you guys. I know you heard the news. Shedeur Sanders has been named a Pro Bowl replacement. But yeah, back to the regular schedule program. Nate Mitchell, 2025 team leader at New Mexico State with 93 tackles. You know we lost our leading tackler with Taufik Bayard headed over to Texas A&M in the SEC. So this is huge for us moving forward. We should have a linebacker should be leading us in tackles, to be honest with you. So I do not expect Nate Mitchell to lead us in tackles. If Nate Mitchell is leading us in tackles in 2026, we didn't do a good job. We need our linebackers to be leading us in tackles. Drop 100 if you agree there. Appreciate everybody being in here. 2020 added 4 forced fumbles. 3 interceptions, had 7 takeaways in 2025 season. So definitely was out there putting belt and, creating turnovers. 7 takeaways in 2025. He's a defensive playmaker. Portal ranker, former 3-star recruit, transfers in from a mid-major FCS level. Undeniable ball hawk with immediate depth for CU secondary. I feel like it's his job to beat. What do you guys think? What's the word? Let me see what's going on. It's your world. What it do? The Cave. What's up? What's up, cuz? Little Bucket. How you feel, everybody, on Coach Prime for not wanting to get 5, 10, and under corners? I feel like to each their own. I feel like there's a lot of undersized corners out there that could have did better from what our corners did last season. Our corners was getting belt, and they was 6'1", whatever tall they was getting belt. So I think that's his own philosophy. He's, that's what he was. He was a taller corner. Travis was a taller corner. Travis was like 6'1". So I understand his philosophy and what he goes for. You just got to have the talent to do it. I like Eaglin. I think Eaglin is really, really, I think Coach Prime is really high on Justin Eaglin coming out of James Madison. And also, I think he likes Omodia, Floyd. You see a lot of the corners they got fits what you just said. So absolutely, it's your world. I want big corners too. Absolutely. That's right. It's your world. Still Dub saying, keep bringing in GoBuffs. Absolutely, baby. All right. So we have, he comes over from New Mexico State. For right now, I like Nathan Mitchell. Let me know what you guys think in the chat here. Next, we got Justin Eaglin. He does not have dreads, but it is what it is. The show must go on. I don't even know. That looks like John Slaughter from last season. I ain't going to hold you. But Justin Eaglin, we just talked about Justin Eaglin, more of a taller corner, 6'1", 6'2", played 26 games, 14 starts, allowed just 51% completion percentage, also had 5 interceptions last year, 75.1 PFF grade, only 1 penalty, straps, 4.4 flat 40 at CU's first practice. I like that type of speed to transition over in the Big 12. Right now, he's also a starter for me, like you just talked about. Really represents Coach Prime. He's confident. After he gets a score, he's going to let the other team know about it. That's what you need at corner. Confidence. You got to walk it. You got to talk it. Look good, feel good, play good. That's what the cornerbacks of Colorado should be. It should be a splitting image of who our head coach was and how he did it. I even need to see them getting it and pitching it back to each other this year. Let's get to the crib. I want 6 return touchdowns to the crib in 2026. How y'all feel about Justin Eaglin, baby? Rated a 3-star transfer at 247 sports, number 53 cornerback in the portal. Number 53 cornerback in the portal. I ain't going to hold you, 247 sports. He ain't the number, unless, I know there was a lot of power 4 corners in the portal, but number 53 is kind of crazy. I had him higher than that. What you guys think? Rivals ranks him the number 91 cornerback, so that must mean the cornerback room was super deep in the portal. Remodel, I would want big corners too. Bringing Justin England's a monster. Absolutely. Appreciate everybody being here. If you can hit if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you can hit the like button, absolutely. We're going over the defensive back room here. Next, we got Cree Thomas coming over from Notre Dame. Another tall wide receiver, about 6'1", 6'2", on the taller side. Committed to us on January 7th, 2026. Looks like played 3 games in 2025, reserved the freshman. Looks like he redshirted in 2025. A lot of upside, a lot of potential. So they must have liked what they seen. Maybe some practice film, but didn't play a lot in 2025. 30 defensive snaps, allowed 0-2 targets to be caught. Okay, so when he did get on the field, he produced 68.8 PFF grade in limited action. So when he did get his opportunities on the field, Cree Thomas was out there doing his thing. Former 3-star recruit with 4 years of eligibility left. So this is good for our youth, and we're building something here at Colorado for longevity. We understand the transfer portal. We just seen what Indiana did with Kurt Signetti on the younger side, so he's going to have to be balling. If we just seen the formula that was successful in the FBS world with Indiana, then they're going for them. Like I said last night, it's like 23, 24, 25-year-olds, 26-year-olds, right, with experience and production, and then we got 18, 19, 20-year-olds who are just coming over, who are just, you know what I mean? It's just like the varsity playing versus JV. I don't care what type of 5-star you are coming out of high school or a freshman, going against a 23, 24, 25-year-old who's supposed to be in the NFL, should be their second, third season in the NFL. Come on now, Bell. Bring it out. So I would like to see some of our younger guys get on the field this year. They just got to ball out, and they got to work hard, and they got to be do everything they're supposed to do so they get on the field. So we'll see what Creed Thomas ranked the number 18 cornerback in the portal. So how is he number 18? He's rated higher than Justin Eaglin. So 247 Sports and Rivals, I don't know, bro. Some of this you can 247 and Rivals. That's kind of why sometimes it'd be like, I don't know. How is he rated just higher than Justin Eaglin? And Justin Eaglin's production is way better than that. So yeah, I can't agree with them on that one. I'm very high on Jaydan Hardy. Me too. What up, Boo Carter gonna be a monster. Yeah, Boo Carter, bro. You seen him with the beanie. You just seen the whole defensive back room, bro. They all look like they was just like, bro, Belt over here. It just looked like the older brothers, right? Line Fontenette and Boo Carter them was like, yeah, look at them all over there, bro. We bring Belt over here. So I'm juiced for, I think, our secondary, bro. All of them are coming to the Big 12. They all got something to prove. It is, I can't wait to watch the games with y'all, bro. The chat's going to be lit during the CU games. Believe that, bro. When we watch Colorado this year, even in the practices, I can't wait to see what you guys have to say about that. Vibes, what up? Say no more, fam. You started early. I had to. Ain't no telling if my power's going to go out. My internet might go out. You already know here, bro. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Appreciate you being here. Jaydan Hardy is a guy that's going to compete. He will see the field. Absolutely. We're going to get to Jaydan Hardy here. Absolutely. Appreciate everybody in here. If you can hit the thumbs up here. We got Paul Omodia. Hey, Paul Omodia coming over from Lamar. Ain't going to hold you. Was doing his dance at Lamar this season. Committed to us on January 17th. 6'2", cornerback with length, pause, and proven FCS coverage. I ain't going to hold you. Some of my lingo, you're going to have to, hey, feel free to pause me if it's out of pocket because 6'2" quarterback with length is crazy. It doesn't matter. I was out of pocket. Proven FCS coverage skills, 75.6 on, now that his completion percentage or his grade? I want to say that was his grade. 2024 on 442 snaps, 73.8 on 740 snaps. So that's a lot of production coming from Omodia. Lockdown percentage allowed just 53.3 of passes completed. So this was his PFF grade in 2024, PFF grade in 2025. Anything in the 70s and above, I like it. Multiple interceptions at Lamar, 3-star transfer tag, transfers with 2 years of eligibility. So he's on the older side, and he fits the formula moving forward with FCS production, snaps, film, and athleticism, because the Big 12 is a Power 4 conference. Buffs add lockdown corner at the end. How you guys feel about Omodia? Anybody have some exclusive tape or any knowledge on Omodia? Let me know in the chat. Bruh, out of pocket. Yeah, that was wicked. Not going to hold you. 6'2" length is crazy. DB looking like some hitters. Absolutely. Just off the film, they looking like the big brothers, bro. Back to the old ways. We need our Cameron, Simmons, Craigs. I would have loved to keep Taufik Byard and add him to this group. Those are. It's never. I never like losing starters, bro, with production who started. But this is the business of college football now. You know, you got to do what's best for you. You know, but woo, Byard, Fontenette, Blue Carter. Oh man. Oh my God. All right, we got Jason Stokes Sr. coming over from Utah. Looks like he's going to be in his sophomore year when he gets to the Colorado Buffaloes here. Appreciate everybody in here. If you can hit the thumbs up. Appreciate you guys being here in this afternoon. 6'2", another tall cornerback. So, yeah, absolutely. We're going for 6'2", tall, athletic. Travis Hunter was the standard, bro. Heisman Trophy winner. Hey, if I believe if Coach Prime is saying it, the greatest cornerback of all time, who am I to say not now? Yeah, do I believe there's some undersized corners, 5'10", 5'11", who could ball? Best believe. Straps, seatbelt, yes, absolutely. But if you can get a taller corner for some of those jump balls in the end zone, we got to do way better last year. I ain't gonna hold you. It was green. We allowed over 200 yards passing last season. That's not the identity of Colorado, bro. So special teams, majority of his 92 snaps at Utah. So we played against Stokes Jr. last season. He was probably on special teams. Transfer rank number 39 cornerback in the portal, number 385 overall. I don't know. I must be off of upside because right now, Justin Eaglin alone. Well, he's coming from a Power 4 conference. So high school rank number 54 cornerback nationally in 2025. Rated a 3-star transfer with 4 years left. All right, let's see. Going down here. Belt 6'2" cornerback with big time upside entering Boulder. How do you guys feel about Jason Stokes Jr.? Looks like he's going to be a redshirt sophomore for us in 2026. Say no more. You started early. Yes, sir. Jaydan Hardy is a guy that's going to compete and he will see the field. Absolutely. Look forward to doing those live reactions with everybody so we can see. Wow, we need Darius, we need Well Off in them. We need Pregame Network to get out there so we could do some live reactions to the college, to the football world, man. We all want to see these highlights. We're all excited about 2026, especially as fans. We're looking forward to what 2026 brings after the 2025 belt that we received. It was hard. It was hard to watch. Not gonna hold you. All right, moving right along. How y'all feel about Jason Stokes? We're going over to Randon Fontenette, and I ain't gonna hold you. Bruh, he looks like an SEC safety coming over. Seen a couple things about outside linebacker. You never know. They could experience it with outside linebacker for depth. You know, maybe on third down. On third down, they want to get a linebacker off the field on clear passing downs. If they don't go, to a nickel or a dime package, they might want to leave Fontenette, move him down up inside the box. We got so much versatility with Nathan Mitchell, Boo Carter, Hardy, Ben Finiseth. We got all these depth, so we can move him down to the box if needed. He definitely comes up on run support. 3-year starter. This is his third stop. So it's TCU. Vanderbilt looks like Colorado's his third stop. Hey, that's the beauty of college football now from a player's perspective. If I don't like what's going on in my program, if it's not what's best for me, I can hit the portal now. Thank you. Services rendered. Move on. Coaches do it all the time. Players do it all the time. Athletic directors do it all the time. The players are allowed to do it too. That's just the business of college football. Now, for this team, though, I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking to build off this season so we can build with our young core some depth. They all can stay in place and return next season. We know we're going to have a portal overhaul, but hopefully Rand Fontenette, how much years of eligibility does he have left? Let's see. If you know how much eligibility Fontenette comes over with, please let me know in the chat. So 141 tackles, 14.5 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks. Yes, sir. 15 pass breakups, a defensive touchdown, 1 forced fumble. Graded 68.4 on PFF, 790 snaps in 2025. Coming over from the SEC, versatile box safety, ready for Power 5 ball right now. Jimmy Horn Jr. voice, he ready right now. Absolutely. Fontenette is more of a rover. I agree still. I agree. Fontenette is more of a rover. Absolutely. Get some thumbs up in there if you can. Let me know how you guys feel about Fontenette. Is he a safety or is he a depth? Safety or depth for Fontenette? I mean, just off the build alone, he looks like he's Power 5 ready to fill in. Now, can he cover? Is he stiff? Is he pause? That was crazy. How is his hips? Is his hips fluent? How is he on a wheel route? Can he take a faster receiver like Cam Perry or Scudero on a wheel route? Can he stay with him on a corner post? How is his coverage? Can we leave him one-on-one and he's not a pass liability in coverage? That's something that we can go over on the film and we can see in practice. Former 4-star recruit, top 20 safety, 22 class. Okay, so this is 4 years. So he looks like he's on the older side. Yeah, he looks like he's on the older side. 247 Sports had him at the number 18 safety in the portal, multi-year starter with 37 career games. Absolutely high upside athlete with size and hitting power. Yeah, bro is bringing the pain. I ain't gonna hold you. Buff Slam proven. Bob and Boo Carter look like they finna be the Bash Bros. Anybody seen Mighty Ducks, bro? They look like the Bash Bros. I ain't even gonna hold you. Where does my stuff go? Is that everybody? Oh yeah. Let's go here. How y'all feel about the DB group so far? Can't hear. Oh, bro. See. It's already started, bro. There it is. Can y'all hear me? No? Great. There it is. Already, bro. Already. Hello. Come on, Mike, bro. Don't do it again. Yesterday, the stream crashed. Battery falls out. Mic ain't working. I'm about to quit. I ain't gonna hold you. Looking like some hitters. Hey, if the audio ain't working, it's up. I ain't gonna hold you. There it is. All right. What up, Unity? All right. I was about to say, it's hard out here. It's always something, bro. Man. But why I got you guys here, too, I wanted to go over and just talk a little bit of something about Shedeur Let me see here. Is it sharing? That's off the screen. Okay, cool. Huge news for Shedeur as well. We can continue to talk about the DBs, but I wanted to go over Shedeur making the Pro Bowl, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Shout out to him, bro. Most people, if you weren't mentally tough to be able to endure what he went through as a rookie, you would have shut it down a long time ago, bro, because it takes a lot of mental for your pops literally got to be Coach Prime for you to make it through this, bro. Whatever his journey was crazy. I know y'all all seen his draft stock. So it says NFL fans have witnessed some surprising Pro Bowl selections recently, particularly with Tyler Huntley making the roster of 2022. However, on Monday, we may have seen an even more unexperienced choice. Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback and former Colorado Buffalo star Shedeur Sanders was named the 2025 Pro Bowl roster as a replacement, presumably for the AFC champion New England Patriots signal caller Drake May. How y'all feel about two making the Pro Bowl? How y'all feel about two making the Pro Bowl? Get those likes and subscribe. Yeah, I appreciate it, y'all. How y'all feel about two making the Pro Bowl, though? Let me know how y'all feel about two making the Pro Bowl. Let me see what else we have here. There it is. Right here. Yeah, bruh. I just feel like everything he persevered. I mean, the Dylan Gabriel saga, bro. Even Dylan Gabriel with, his girlfriend coming out talking and Stefanski and everything. But I'm just so happy that two got to where he needed to go, bro. And that's a Pro Bowl. Now, they needed the cheese, too. They need the cheese. He's going to bring the eyes. But the Pro Bowl, honestly, as a football fan, I miss when Sean Taylor was in the Pro Bowl those days, and we actually got to see the best actual athletes go against each other. So that's what I feel like the NBA All-Star game and the Pro Bowl is kind of not giving us. We want to see the best against the best. Of course, we could go out there and see Jamar Chase, beat the second team corner or on the nickel. But I want to see, Jalen Ramsey on. I want to see Jalen Ramsey on, let's see, CeeDee Lamb. I want to see the top corners. I want to see Derek Stingley, on Jamar Chase. I missed that competition in the Pro Bowl. This flag football, bro, they got these leagues. They got creator leagues who are doing flag football. So, I mean, don't be surprised if the creator leagues are getting more likes or getting more views than the Pro Bowl. But when you got Shedeur Sanders there, even like his rookie season, bro, it's going to bring eyes. It's going to be so. Just going to go back to the safety room right here again in the depth chart, right? Let me see here. If you guys can see this website right here, if you want to see like some of the most updated roster, is puntandrally.com. Puntandrally.com. They have, it's not all the way updated, but close. So Makari Vickers, right? How we feel about Makari Vickers returning 6'1". Is Makari Vickers really 6'1"? He didn't seem that tall on the field to me. He had 12 tackles, 8 solo, 2 pass defensive, 217 snaps. So we got our two returners right here, Makari Vickers and RJ Johnson, right? RJ Johnson, he did start last season. He had his opportunity to start. He had his good games and he had his games where he struggled a little bit, but he didn't hit the portal. He believed in himself. Him and Makari Vickers both stayed. They sat down with Coach Prime. They sat down with the defensive backs group, and they said, "Hey, we're bringing in guys," but they stayed to compete. How you guys feel about Makari Vickers and RJ Johnson? Do you think they honestly have an opportunity to start in 2026? How y'all feel about Makari Vickers and RJ Johnson? What's the word? How y'all feeling today? What y'all got going on tonight? Around 6:30, we're probably gonna do some live reactions, some live reviews. See here. How y'all feel about we have to go over the depth chart real quick. Maurice Williams, that has to be a freshman. Jaydan Hardy, Nathaniel Watson, Preston Ashton Braley, and Jaja Boyd. Jaja Boyd, 5'11". Now he comes over from Indiana. I looked on YouTube to see the film. I didn't see a lot of film on Jaja Boyd, but what I did see, let me see. Got Randon Fontenette. No, I need Vandy. I need Vanderbilt. Yeah, what's up? Breakout. Let me see. Yes, sir. Hold on, give me a second real quick. See here. Do-do. All right. Well, where's his highlights at? Let me see it, y'all. Hold on real quick. My bad. I was trying to find his highlights or whatever. Let me get back in here. Creed Thomas in that rotation. Absolutely. I see Creed Thomas in the rotation as well. Absolutely. Looking for the highlights because I did want to do a film review. A lot of these guys right here is a little bit concerning as far as like highlights, film. Basically, you know, how much film they have on tape. We're getting a lot of guys with upside, but then I was looking for more of like more film that I could watch. I watched as much film as I could, but there's not a lot out on these guys. So that's a little bit concerning as far as like, you know, being able to put film on display for us to watch and, you know, go over and review. Say less. You know who does have it? I do. That's a fact. One guy who does that. Why am I going blank right there? There you go. I got they film for sure. There it is. Saturday, how got going on? What's the word? Group, how y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling about two? I can't even hold you, bro. Him just being able to persevere through that is crazy work. I ain't gonna lie. Him being able to make that Pro Bowl, bro. That just I don't even now it's up like of course you gotta go because that's only gonna help boost his stock and hopefully they trade Shedeur, bro. Because I honestly don't feel he needs to be in Cleveland anymore. How y'all feel? Do y'all want Shedeur to get traded or you think he should stay in Cleveland? Let's go to Fontenette here. All right, so here
we stay in there with Vanderbilt Randon Fontenette, the 6'2", 220-pound safety out of Vanderbilt, is a pure physical safety with SEC
here. I got his now. Fontenette looks power four ready.
Experience. He immediately raises the floor for the entire secondary group. He's here to compete for a starting role and be elite ball skills. Pause. To the outside and cover the short boundaries of the field, as well as be a ball hawk. Say no more. Rounding up the safeties is Nathan Mitchell, the safety from New Mexico State. Mitchell is explosive downhill defender. Watch.
Hey, can y'all hear that? Is it coming through on the stream on the audio good? Trade him? Yeah, get him out of there, coach. Get him out of there. I don't what they did to Shedeur in Cleveland, bro. Nobody should have to go through that. Like Pro Bowl or not, I'm out of here. And then, I mean, his secondary group is ranked second to last in Cleveland. But right now, we're just doing some review of some of the safeties and corners that we got in the portal. While I try to, you know, I was looking for some of the regular film review on some of the guys like Hardy, Omodia. It's just hard to find some film. So that, to me, says where I need plays. I want to see production. You know what I mean? I want to see some actual game film that they were able to do. Like the stats and everything look cool, but, you know, if you're making plays, you should have a highlight.
His closing speed in his highlights. This is the guy who brings that thunder and that run support to the back end of the defense. Now to the cornerbacks. Emry Floyd out of Appalachian State, an original Alabama signee turned group of five standout. Right. Floyd has blazing speed in the length pause to shut down half the side of the field. This is a huge win for the Buff to get a player with this elite athletic profile. You feel me? The headliner for me.
Yeah, for me, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Justin Eaglin running a 4.4. I know RJ Johnson is fast as well. But for me right now, I feel like it's Eaglin. And I feel like the second for me, right? Well, of course, we got to see spring ball. We got to see when they get on pass and everything. But for me right now, Eaglin, just off the tape alone, I like Eaglin.
He is Justin Eaglin, the shutdown corner out of James Madison. This is a legitimate star corner in the making. Eaglin has the size, the awareness, and the instinct to lock down the opposition's best receiver week in and week out. Coach Prime's kind of guy. You feel me? Now, for the next 3 minutes, I got to talk about Boo Carter and his story coming.
Yeah, Boo Carter is our project for 2026 because has the highest upside to me on the team. Definitely one of the most athletic kids on the team, but he has a storyline as well. Coach Prime being able to get this kid, a young man, and get him to have football first. I'm not really the one to talk about anybody's outside field stuff. I mean, if we see it in the headlines, we'll talk about it for the most part. He has a brand new start now, and he's in a good program. You never really hear about Coach Prime's kids getting in any trouble off the field. I mean, you just seen the rules that he put on. He's treating them like adults, treating them like professionals. So Boo Carter, he was an original commitment to Colorado. but I feel like he has the highest upside. And there's a sprinkle. He might be. We should be seeing him in that gray jersey because he can play offense as well. But let's check out Boo Carter's highlights right here and react
to Colorado, as I think Coach Prime getting this young man could really save his career. If you want to go down the timestamp and look at the rest of the guys I'm finna cover, just skip the next 3 minutes and then go find your guy who you want to cover. But I got to tap in with Boo Carter because he has the highest ceiling out of this room that I feel, and potentially the highest risk for the entire 2026 Colorado transfer.
The fact I'm damn near wearing the same fit is crazy too. I ain't gonna hold you. That's wicked. I ain't gonna lie. Boo Carter is a hitter. Want to see him carry the rock too. Absolutely. Right on vibes. Right on vibes. Appreciate everybody being in here. Appreciate everybody being here. If you can hit the thumbs up, appreciate y'all rocking with me. Sometimes I be having technical difficulties, but I appreciate the ones who stays. I ain't gonna hold you.
For Buffalo class, bro. I mean, Boo Carter, this young man arriving in Boulder is more than just a personnel move for Coach Prime.
Right.
This is a true second chance, bro. A life-changing opportunity. Carter is undeniable, a top-tier talent with the potential to be a 2027 or 2028 first-round draft. That's the hype, and he proves in these highlights right here. He's physical. He has great instincts, but sometimes off the field can distract you from on the field.
Right. And then for me, with Boo Carter was, I like these storylines. I like seeing a kid and, when their parents step in, like his mother stepping in and saying, nah, we getting you to Boulder. We're getting you to Coach Prime. I seen the way he raised his sons. I see when he was able to do, with kids who are locked in and focused, who put football first. He's somebody who you can actually listen to. Like when he talks, you're going to listen. Of course, he's going to have your best interest in mind. He's not going to steer Boo Carter the right way. And in Boulder, there ain't too much to do but football and lock in. But that, if you're chasing your dreams, you got to get locked in. You got to get focused. You can't allow the neighborhood. You can't allow, your friends who got this going on. Sometimes you got to pick one or the other. It can't be both. You can't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. We've seen too many stories with athletes with 1 foot in, 1 foot out. All of us who grew up in the hood, all of us who grew up, we all know that one dude who was better than everybody. He just couldn't stay. He chose which route he wanted to go. Drop 100 in the chat if y'all agree. Y'all all knew somebody that had the potential but chose this over that. So you got to be all the way 100. You got to be Travis. Like Travis, you got to be locked in, tunnel vision. You got to put those blinders on. So I feel like he chose CU as some type of structure as well. So I love seeing stories like that. The film is paused. Yeah. The film is paused.
You feel me? That's where Coach Prime steps in. Remembering the initial recruiting battle, but Carter was one of the most coveted athletes in the country back in 2024. Colorado was on the radar early, but he ultimately chose to go with volunteers. You feel me? Now he's coming on home, fulfilling the promise of that first recruitment cycle. He didn't just walk into the transfer portal, bruh. He flew to the top of it, especially for us losing Tawfiq Bayard. As you can see in this film, bruh, he's one of them. This isn't just a rotational piece. This is one of the highest rated recruits of nationally to hit the portal in a minute, and everybody was turning a blind eye to him. But Colorado.
Now, from what I know he was taking visits in the portal, and I know he chose Colorado. But what I was explaining at that part right there was that he chose Colorado more so for the structure too. And it's Boo Carter. That's a plug and play right there. It's, of course, there's going to be a healthy competition, of course, but if he plays anything like these highlights, we're good to go.
That we need you here, looking for a place to realize that at men's ceiling here, he's here for a reason, bro. And that reason is Coach Prime Deion Sanders. We got to talk about the second chances needed, bro. Carter was dismissed from the Tennessee due to on-field issues and team violations. That is what it is. What you're watching right now was an elite defender in the slot, bro.
I can't wait to cover this right here. This slot fade coverage is crazy. But yeah, bro, vibes, bro. I knew a running back who was killing everyone on the field. Unfortunately, chose the wrong path. Absolutely. I have 3 or 4 stories that right now I'm talking about freshmen where their parents separated them, took them to like a prep school. They were nationally ranked. Next thing you know, 10 years later, it's just like, bro, like I would have, especially when you have people who have the height and the physical traits and they just have the gift that they were given. And you be like, bro, because where I grew up, it was just, I don't know. A lot of my friends was like 6'4", 6'5", 6'3". I'm like, man, what we bringing in the water out here? It was good. We couldn't get the football players to play basketball. We couldn't get the basketball players to play football. And then they would be at the games. Hey, tell me if y'all agree with this. The best players y'all know when y'all grew up with will be at the games in the stands. When we on the field, like, help me. Like, you could be right here with us. But it was just like, man, yeah, those are those stories, bro. Like, so hopefully Boo Carter, I want to see this young man play.
Nichols, great press.
Now, That slot fade coverage right there was elite. Then we got to run it back. Look at this slot coverage fade, right? This slot
Due
fade.
to off-field issues and team violations,
Right in the
that
hip.
is what it is. What you're watching right now was an elite defender in the slot, bro. If he's our nickel, great press coverage, stayed in the wide receiver's hip. He could have intercepted that ball. He was right there, bro. And he's a two-way star.
Look at him.
And you know how Coach Prime likes to give people who.
This is what I mean on offense, bro. Look at this route, bro. You always know when you have a good wide receiver trainer when you see that foot sliding in the dirt. You know, they teach a lot of those drills. They're changing directions. When they're toe tapping, sliding in the dirt, elite.
Who are dominant on one side of the ball, the opportunity to play offense. So he can move. He got a little wiggle to him as well, bro. Now, if there's one head coach in college football who uniquely equipped to mentor.
They beat the game in the stands for real. Bro, that's crazy work. Bro, I'm telling you, all y'all probably got somebody back in high school who could have played Division I, just couldn't make grades, never came to practice, never came to school. They beat the game on the stands. I'm rolling. But yeah, this is what Boo Carter, bro. So getting him out in Boulder is important. So Boo Carter said, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the University of Tennessee coaches, administrators, and fans for a wonderful 2 years. Unfortunately, my season has been cut short due to injury. I have decided to enter the transfer portal, and I'm excited about the opportunity going forward. Yes, sir. We need to see this young man on Sundays. Lock in. Let's get 2 good years, even 1 good year. I think he could be eligible with this third season. So, I mean, he hasn't used a redshirt year yet, but somebody like Boo Carter shouldn't even have to use a redshirt year.
And focus a young man and ultimately save a dynamic talent like Boo Carter is Coach Prime, bro. Coach Prime knows his potential. He knows the pitfalls, and he creates the accountability at Colorado. This isn't just about football training.
Right.
This is about being a professional. At Colorado, the spotlight is huge, but the structure is firm, bro. If Carter embraces the environment, those past mistakes will become footnotes on this path to stardom, bro.
Right. It's not about what you did in the past. It's about where you're going and where you're headed. And right now, that decision is ultimately up to him. But sometimes leaving those type of decisions up to a 21, 22, 23-year-old, they still need guidance. They still need structure. They need breakfast at 6. Breakfast at 5:30. Team meeting at 6. Treatment at 7:30. Practice at 8. Study hall. All that. You need structure. Idle time. You give somebody idle time, and that's not saying that's his situation, but idle time is where when you have a structure and you're in Boulder, Colorado, we shouldn't be hearing nothing about nothing off the field. It should be this first, bro. This first, and that's it. Come on now. We already know what the path is the other way. It is how many more movies we got to see to understand that you ain't going to retire and go sit on the beach somewhere. Yeah. Football, you're going to have your own problems, but a healthy type of problems. You feel me? You're going to have problems on the field. Problems with your agent, problems with which house to buy, which car to get, which bus down to get. You feel me? I just held my Apple Watch up like it was a bus down when it's an Apple Watch. That's crazy work. I ain't gonna hold you. OT, what it do? Willie G, what's up with it? What it do? Still time. I appreciate everybody being in here.
Boo Carter's two-way ability is the reason why he has first-round buzz. If he can stay, family's already in Boulder. His mom's out there. His family's out there. He's locked in. He's focused. Coach Prime gonna get him right, gonna get him to the NFL, but most importantly, he's gonna change our defense in 2026. Say no more. If you're asking me who's gonna start alongside him at safety, probably at the strong safety position, I absolutely positively gotta go with Randon Fontenette.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Belt. Watch these highlights, bro. Fontenette was bringing belt. Appreciate everybody being in here, though. We're doing the daytime stream because you never know what's gonna happen on my stream. Talking run minute, second minute, whole powers out. You never know. I appreciate everybody rocking with me. If you can hit the thumbs up. We're covering Colorado football all off season. Of course, everybody just heard the news. Shedeur Sanders was named to the Pro Bowl. Shout out to that young man overcoming from the head coach to the owner, to being buried on the depth chart, to, what an experience. We're going to go into that a little deeper later on tonight. We're going to talk about what we actually think happened in that draft. I look forward to hearing you guys' perspective, too, on what exactly you think. I know there's different stories about what happened with Shedeur in the draft, but I want to hear from y'all perspective what y'all think here, because I got my perspective. I think I understand what happened with him in the draft, but it gets deep. Pause. So I want to know what you guys feel. Absolutely. If Boo and the Vandy safety keep their mind right, they both top 3 round picks. Yeah, I mean, watching them in Darius Sanders' video, they were just looking like, bruh, if we weren't here playing football, it's time to drop ski. It's time to drop to ski. I ain't gonna hold you. That's kind of what I see. I was looking like this, like, bruh, they was looking like that group over there, like, we gotta keep them, but you want your secondary like that, bro. Bill. Come on now, that's big, bro. That's big, bro.
In the corner coming over from Vanderbilt. This is not just a great transfer, bro. This is a physical statement by Coach Prime. We got to get back to putting belt. We can't get belt. Fontaine is a downhill aggressive playmaker, and you can see it right here in these clips, bro. Look at the Vanderbilt tape. This is a player who embraces contact. He is a legitimate run support asset, shedding blocks and delivering decisive hits. That's what we need. We got to make those stops, bro. We got to get back to
and that's in the SEC too. Now, I think that's DeAndre Moore Jr. Y'all want to see something crazy? I think that's DeAndre Moore Jr. DeAndre Moore Jr. just put work on him off the line, but he recovers well. But that was a baby DeAndre Moore Jr. sighting right there. Oh no, my bad. I just want y'all to see. I think that was Fontenette covering DeAndre Moore Jr. from Texas in the
contact. He is a legitimate run support asset, shedding blocks and delivering decisive hits. That's what we need. We got to make those stops, bro. We got to get back to it. This is the mentality of a safety who has survived the gauntlet of the SEC and learned to
practice gonna be lit. Y'all seen that? Yeah, practice gonna be going. So Fontenette and Moore got some history. They already drawn back. Look. That's DeAndre Moore Jr. at Texas. That's Fontenette. Yeah. So y'all know spring ball, 1-on-1, 7-on-7. California, baby. I don't know where he's from. Both of them, same type of mentality, older classmen. You know how ones get. You know how competition get, bruh. Mano we mano. I don't care about your portal rating. I don't care about your PFF grade. I don't care about none of that. It's time to get busy. So these two already going at it in the SEC. And you know, in a Power 4, Power 5 game, I want that type of experience. I want that type of dog mentality on my team. There it is. I need to calm down a little bit. My bad. Say no more.
Of a safety who has survived the gauntlet of the SEC and learned to play.
Look, they was talking crazy to each other. Honestly, bro, we win games. I can't lie. Absolutely. If there was a belt emoji, I'll put it in the chat. Liddy, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bruh. Fontenette and DeAndre Moore Jr. was already at each other. I love that because when we're gonna bring the best out of each other, bro. We're gonna challenge each other. I want to see. Give me everybody. Imagine when Coach Prime says that I need my one wide receiver, my one corner. Who's going to the front? Who's gonna get to the front of the line? You know what I mean? Everybody trying to get to that front of the line. This is still people's careers on the line too. Hey, I love you, bro, but you about to get this work today, right here. Hey, it is what it is. Iron sharpens iron. They're going to make each other better.
With the edge, you feel me? He's not waiting for the offense. He is setting the tone for the entire defense. And that's what we need, tone setters this year in 2025. Big belt. He has the ball skills, but the attitude of a game changer. Experience matters. And Fournette brings that polished veteran presence to a unit that desperately needs it. We got Slaughter gone. We got Bayer gone. He's disciplined, and he's rarely out of position. In the SEC, he got a little season there, means he's ready for the bright lights and big rivalries in the Big 12. He's here to compete, bro, and I think.
What y'all feel about Fontenette so far, bro? Starter or depth? Starter or depth? I appreciate that still. I appreciate everybody in here. I appreciate it. You guys can hit the thumbs up button. I appreciate it. We're going live tonight at 6:30 again. Definitely, I love the chat, bro, because everybody here brings something. You know, I started this channel because I rock with Coach Prime, rock with Colorado, and football, you know, I love football, bro. So starter, yeah, me too. Starter, absolutely. Starter or depth, though. Let me know how y'all feel.
He's here to win that starting job. I got him starting at the free safety. Now, for my starting cornerback, you already know Justin Eaglin from James Madden's, bro. James Madison, my bad. He
was gigging. I like this dude's confidence, bro. I like his brashness, and I love it. And then day one, you running a 4-4. I'm Swayze right now. I'm Swayze. Look, 4-4. I love it, bro. But 30 at corner is crazy. I ain't gonna hold you.
The difference maker in the secondary already. And I'm making a bold prediction right now. Justin Eaglin is gonna lead Colorado in interceptions in 2026, bro. Yep. He brings that kind of ball hawking instincts that the defense has been craving. I don't even know how many picks our corners got last year, but I definitely think he's going to beat that number by himself. What makes him special to me is a look at the tape, bro, from James Madison. He plays magnificent off coverage, bro.
One of the most accoladed corners coming over. 5 interceptions, made a pick 6 against Oregon, proven production. One of the guys who made a first or second team FCS conference. So that's something I pay attention to too. Is honorable mention is cool from FCS level, but I want first team, second team, all FCS when you're coming over to a Power 4 conference. But Eaglin played a lot of off coverage, but we just seen Coach Prime come out in the meeting and said, our corners, we're going to press, we're going to reroute, we're going to get our hands on the receiver. Of course, you pair that with a stout D-line that's getting out to the quarterback, and you got receivers being rerouted. It makes the quarterback break the pocket sooner, makes him make irrational decisions. I want to say off coverage was England's, that's where he got most of his interceptions. But if you're a corner, you're a corner. You should be able to play man or off coverage. Press or man. How y'all feel? Jason Eaglin, starter. Robbie J21, what it do? Starter, top draft pick. Yeah. He get 1 year at Colorado. He in the draft. Justin, still Tita. Appreciate everybody being here. I'm going to keep this film rolling.
He's fluid in and out of his breaks. He's patient, and he reads the quarterback better than almost anybody I've seen in the transfer portal. I ain't going to cap. He got straps, bro. That ability to sit back and see the route develop and break on the ball is why he's clearly a starter for me. He has the awareness in the burst to just erase wide receivers. Pause. That was crazy. But I also think his confidence, bro, is something that Coach Prime's looking for.
His film, bro. I know y'all seeing this film, bro. And that's one thing that he has is film, snaps. For Creed Thomas, not a lot of film. For Stokes, not a lot of film. For Emry Floyd, film, but not like this. For Jaja Boyd, film, but not like Eaglin. For who am I missing? At corner. Omodia. I'm pretty sure he has film, but I'm talking about film from James Madison. And peep this, both James Madison and Esgaro both ran a 4.4. So their strength and conditioning coach, salute to James Madison, bro. Their strength and conditioning coach got them boys moving because both of them came over from James Madison and both ran a 4.4 40-yard dash. GoBuffs, absolutely. Appreciate everybody being here.
I think he's going to be able to back it up. He's my starter, Justin Eaglin. My starter at free safety, I do like Nate Mitchell coming over from New Mexico State, bro. I like him in his run support. Down here defender, he's not afraid of contact. Elite ball skills. I like him at free safety. I like my boy from Vandy.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes when I'm doing videos, bro, I be having Joe Biden moments, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. It ain't there. I'll just be lost, and then I'll pick back up, and then the tape will be so farther than what I was gonna talk about, and then I have to start all over, bro. So I ain't gonna lie. I think there's early signs of dementia, bro. That's tough. Say no.
Strong safety, and of course, Boo Carter at the nickel. If I'm just telling you who I think is going to start, I like Nate Mitchell. His tape is elite. He's hungry, down to earth kid. He's locked in. He's focused. And let's roll his tape, bro. His tape, I ain't going to lie. He was making plays at New Mexico State. Good size as well for a safety, standing at about 6'1", 6'2", over 200 pounds. You could just see here.
How y'all feel about Nate Mitchell so far, bro? How y'all feel about Nate Mitchell so far? DB room is crazy. DB room is elite. Not going to hold you. I'm very excited. Very excited.
Makes plays on the ball. That's a good strip interception right there. And then when he gets the ball in his hands, just like Coach Prime likes, you try to take that thing in the house, which he does. He housed it. So you seen in that highlight, strip the wide receiver, bro. You feel me? Got the ball right out of his hand and then took it to the house. What more does Coach Prime ask for in his safeties than that type of play?
We need them Atlanta Falcon days, bro. When you get the pick, pitch it back to 2-1, Prime get it. Pitch it back. We need a Boo. Fontenette gets the pick, pitches it back to Boo Carter. Boo Carter gets it, pitches it back to Mitchell. We need some pick sixes this house and this year. Then we need to get in the end zone and let the other team know, bro. We back in 2026.
Right there. You can see him in run support. Very physical, bro. Not afraid to just get off a blocker and come up and make a tackle. We need that. We need to make more plays in the backfield. This is scoop and score for him. I like the way he gets the ball in his hands. He looks to score. That's one thing I definitely like about him. Great coverage skills. You see him right here being able to coming off of a receiver that you're covering and then making a play on a secondary receiver is elite. You see him tracking the ball right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what Mitchell was doing when that's Travis Hunter style right there. Travis Hunter will be man. He would show the corner. He would show the quarterback man and be really in a zone and pick off the inside Nichols assignment. Elite. So Nate Mitchell is not only a ball hawking skill, does not only have ball hawking skills, he has elite intelligence. Nate Mitchell's a hitter. DB room is crazy. I think Nate is 5'10". Yeah, you know on the websites they always give an extra inch or two. Pause. Nate Fournette, Boo Eaglin, and who we got for the last corner. I think the last corner, RJ Johnson has an opportunity. Omodia, Emry Floyd. Floyd has the athleticism to be a power 5 and Omodia. But I honestly feel like it's Eaglin, and I think we're gonna have to find out in spring and summer. But I like Eaglin for one side of the field. Might be Creed Thomas at the other corner. Yeah, Creed Thomas definitely is a developmental project for me personally. I want to see. I was looking at his attitude and everything as a corner. Really nice kid. I want to see somebody that's out there talking crazy this year. I ain't gonna hold you. I want to see somebody out there talking crazy. I want elite skill, ball coverage. But yeah, Creed Thomas. Yeah, set opportunity for the second quarter. Stokes has elite athleticism too. Comes over from Utah as well. Floyd, nice, absolutely. Appreciate everybody being in here. Appreciate y'all being in the chat, bro. Yeah, that's what makes this live always go crazy, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I appreciate
you're not scared, not afraid to be physical. That's what Colorado needs at free safety. You got to think of the free safety as your security blanket, bro. He's the essential piece that ties the entire defense together. He has to be your vocal leader on defense, a veteran player with a high motor, and Nate Mitchell's film speak for itself. When you watch Mitchell's highlights, two things jump out: his explosive downhill speed and his willingness to hit. That's something that a free safety has to have. Safeties today have to be high.
Reckless abandonment. I need my strong safety, free safety to come over, put their body on the line. Perfect timing when he gets there at the ball, like Mitchell. So
hybrid defenders, you feel me, capable of covering deep, but also flying into the box to stop the run. Mitchell excels at both. He tracks the ball very well in the air, but when he diagnoses a run play, he's coming downhill and he ain't coming to make friends. You feel me? Especially at the line of scrimmage. At the line of scrimmage, he plays with urgency and he's contagious.
Yeah. Let me see. Am I tripping or does Floyd look slow in his film? Yeah, a lot of it is scheme too. How does he get in and out of his breaks? How is his zone coverage? Sometimes a corner can look faster running man to man, hip to hip with a receiver, and then sometimes it's how are they out of their back pedal? How are they breaking on routes? How are they in zone coverage? How are they certain routes are difficult? You might look slow too. A post corner, at corner, you got a double move. So yeah. Those things are going to stick out for sure sometimes. You know what it is. That's football, baby. That's football. Appreciate it. Good point, though, Vibes. Good point. Still, T-Dub. Ralphie going to be proud this season. Hey, I ain't going to lie. With all the cowboy hats we got, too, bro, somebody said what's his name was our linebacker coach was going to come out all Ralphie to open up the season, bro. I was weak. Oh, my God, bro. Y'all be having me weak, bro. I ain't going to hold you. Nah, we need tight end coach right now. Ralphie coming out. Facts, bro. Facts.
You need that. You need your safety has to rub off on the other type on the defense together. You feel me? He's gonna have to lay some thunder in the Big 12. Though I ain't gonna lie, this ain't New Mexico State and Big 12. Then running backs is bigger, faster, stronger. Pause. He is the physical enforcement.
Elite running backs. That's what we're going over. Tonight at 6:30, I had the top returning statistical players by each category in the Big 12. So we have a former CU Buffs player. If y'all could tell me who's one of the top former CU players who's inside the Big 12 still, who's returning with some of the top production. So that's what I'm gonna do tonight at 6:30. I'm looking at our competition, who we're facing. A lot of the times I focus on so much of Colorado that we forget that we went 1-8 and 3-9 last year, and the other teams got better. So we also got to go over who they acquired, who Texas Tech got, who did Utah get, who BYU get, who Baylor. Like we got to look within our conference within the Big 12 and understand they got better too. So that way we understand. All right, we might. So I want y'all to hear this real quick. So we might have got Cam Perry, Danny Scudero in the portal, right? But then Texas Tech got a Power 5 nickel. BYU got a Power 5 corner. So there you go. We got FCS coming over with production. We got Power 4 coming over with production that's going to be covering our guy. So this is college football right here. Like, this is the portal, but the other teams in the Big 12 have gotten better as well. So I was just looking like, damn, I was looking at, and I looked over what they did in their conference, who they got coming over, where they led in their conference. We got players in the Big 12. This is going to be their first season in the Big 12 who were dogs in the SEC, who were dogs in the ACC, who were dogs in the Big 10. That offensive line, defensive line that we're going to see. So it's going to take coaching, like we always talk about. It's going to take coaching. It's going to take development. And these guys have to translate to a Power 4 level, because what Texas Tech was able to do with their bag, they upgraded. They upgraded. So perfect example. We got ESPN Gideon Lamprey, right? 119 tackles at an FCS level, cool, out of Bowling Green. And then we got a Power 5 running back that came over who ran for 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns at another school. He's seen that before. It ain't nothing he hasn't seen before. Y'all agree? See what y'all agree, right? Nah, we need tight end coach out. Big 12 is not a soft conference at all. Absolutely. Robbie J. Facts. Yeah, absolutely. So those are things that on my channel, I like to just be all the way real, be well-rounded around the board, and just think about, all right, so we were 3-9 and 1-8, had to do a complete rehaul of our roster, but we're going against Texas Tech this year, who are the former Big 12 champions, who have that Texas oil money over there with a huge collective, and they got better too. So Danny Scudero comes over from San Jose State, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns, multiple touchdowns, 100-some catches. Cool. I'm saying hypothetically speaking right now. Texas Tech got a Power 4 nickel who comes over from, Alabama, first team, second team, all SEC. That balances out. So now we got to out coach, we got to out scheme, we got to out athletic. We got all of these factors are going to be here. So that's why Coach Prime is approaching this year the way he's doing it, like complete overhaul. Now we're going to have the advantage with Brendan Marion when we start the season, because not only is he reintroducing a system to the Big 12, now we can each game we can change things up. Of course they're going to scout him, but y'all feel what I'm saying there. But all right, let's get through this.
So in the middle that we're going to need. So I have him starting at free safety right as of now. The portal's still open, but right now I got him started at free safety. That's crucial for Colorado. So you compare his physicality with Randon Fontenette's physicality. I think he brings the necessary experience that we need in reliable tackling.
Yeah, pause.
He did have some missed tackles last season, but we can get to that. Now, last on the list at cornerback position, who does have an opportunity to make an immediate impact, is Emry Floyd out of Appalachian State, with great size, good length, good film. Do I think he is a day one starter? I need to see more from him, and also Cree coming over from Notre Dame. Do think that, he's tending to what Coach Prime likes, which is bigger corners. But who do you guys think will be starting for Colorado in the safeties in 2026?
Right. So realistically, we did good in the portal, but this group, everything they're doing right now is pivotal to how our season is going to turn out, because you also have BYU, right, who has a great head coach, great system. A lot of those guys at BYU, they already have to go on before you go to BYU, you have to go, what they call those retreats or whatever, they have to go spend a year, doing whatever their commitment is, and then they commit. So that's already a year of, being able to train and get bigger or whatever. But more importantly is that complete roster overhaul means y'all can agree to this. We don't have time to come out against Georgia Tech. We got to come out and set the standard for the season. It can't be depth chart. Oh man, we go maybe we go RJ Johnson, and maybe we go, let's say, Stokes at corner. Those better be the right calls. If we go with Stokes and we go with RJ Johnson and we say we're rolling with them, they got to come out and set the standard. We can't go with, oh no, man, hey, get him out of there, put him in there. We can't have no depth charts. We have to understand our assignments, and on offense too. We got to come out and we got to strike fast. We got to use Ernest Campbell. We got to use him for Ernest Campbell can't be sitting on the side. I don't care what the depth chart comes in. Anytime you have a 4-3 guy in the field, that's eyes on Ernest Campbell, right? Our blocking assignments, everything has to be absolutely rolling on from the beginning of the season. And we have the top 3 toughest schedule in the Big 12 to start the season. 3 out of the first 4 games are on the road. Now, there is a Weber State in there. There is a, what is that, Northwestern or whatever. But that Texas Tech game is pivotal. We got it because we put belt on Texas Tech at Texas Tech 2 seasons ago. They were throwing the tortillas down there. Yeah, I remember Coach Prime had to say, come on, dog. He said, what he said? I don't know if y'all see what's his name, the comedian. He said, the guy who be at the Colorado games, bruh. The former NFL player, but he did a skit on Texas Tech about them throwing the tortillas. And Coach Prime was talking to the rest, but nah, we put belt on Texas Tech at Texas Tech. So now Texas Tech comes to Boulder. Am I correct? Texas Tech comes to Boulder. And they want revenge, bro. Texas Tech wants revenge because we kind of ran the score up on them a little bit too. I ain't going to hold you. Their student section went home early. So anytime you get a chance, to right what was wrong in 2024, because Colorado came out there and we put belt on Texas Tech in 24. So that game right before the bye week, we need that W. We need to be 4-1 realistically 4-1 headed into that bowl game. We could be 5-0. I'll love it. 3-2, but above 500. Can y'all agree? Above 500, bro. We got to be heading into this bowl week. We got to be heading to the bye week above 500. And Big 12 championship, bro. That's the aspirations in the playoff. Come on now. It all starts in the trenches on facts. To be honest, for me, all the accolades are great, but I got to see what each DB is bringing when it counts. Absolutely. All the hype is cool if the player lives up to it. Facts. All that is played out on the field. Absolutely. All that is played out on the field. I agree. And if we follow Colorado from last season, the great thing about having, like Reach the People Media and Well Off Media, Pregame Never, all those guys over there, is that we can watch along and we can see what's going on, and we can honestly see who we think sticks out at practice and who we think, I don't know. We can see, all right, he's falling to the depth chart. Even, let's say, Mathis's son, you know what I mean? He might have got better this season, right? Mathis's son, the corner might have got better this year. I hope he gets better, but already he was like, he seen Campbell win that 4-3. He was like, I'm scared of him, bro. I don't want to hear none of that in 2026, bro. No way. No way. That already screams belt already. Like, come on, bro. We boosted him. Absolutely. OT. Big 12 championship. Got to get his GoBuffs. Absolutely. OT, bro. If Marion can coach, we should be undefeated. Yeah, he's coming with a scheme. Coach Prime setting the standards. Marion is a football fanatic. They're both locked in. Our new position coaches brought fire. Everybody, those speeches they gave, the team's locked in. They're being held accountable. They're bonding on the weekends. They're learning from last season. We're putting last season behind us. 2025 was a season that all of us want to flush away. But 2026 is high expectations, high hopes, bro. I ain't gonna lie. New video out on pregame. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I gotta see what their policy is on like live reaction. Some people's policies are different on live reacting to their channel. You know what I mean? So always got to do my little research there before I just do that. And I also like to give the video time. I like to let their video go out, let them get their views, and let their channel do what it do. And then at night I'll review it, so that way it doesn't seem like as soon as the video is out, I'm just right there. Now I don't know, do streamers do that? Like, or when you live chat, are you supposed to, as soon as the video goes out, are you supposed to go to it? Because I'm still new to this. I just, I'm just thinking like, as a content creator, like, all right, my video just came out. There's already, but I know that happens though, because this is the digital world. That's what happens, right? One game at a time for me, man. Absolutely. So tonight around 6:30, we're gonna go over, if they drop, if like you said, if there's any new videos out, when the conference and everything else will fall in place. That is hard. That's all. Yes, absolutely. I agree. Still, T. I appreciate everybody being in here. If you can hit the like button before we end the stream right here. Tonight, we're going to go over, if any videos are out, we're going to live react to them together in the chat, chop it up. And then I want everybody's take on what really happened with Shedeur Sanders and him falling to the 5th round and what this means for him moving forward. All right. I appreciate everybody in here. Looks like my internet held up and my power didn't go out. So that's a good stream for me, baby. Say no more. Appreciate everybody being in here, bro. I'm about to get up out of here. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to see y'all tonight at 6:30, though. I'm gone. Say no more.